Hi everyone and welcome, this is the Apostate Prophet. If I announced today that I converted to Islam, so many Muslims would celebrate that. They would use my name in every discussion on Islam and say things like, look, this man insulted Islam for years. He had a stupid cartoon on his profile and used to say, stay away from Islam. But eventually he found the truth and now he says, come closer to Islam. Because he studied Islam and looked for the truth and found it again. I would be called a smart man, an honorable person, an example, a fantastic guy. Do you see the light in his face? Right now, I'm just scum. Dirt. Disgusting. Look at that face. He looks like a filthy pig. Totally ignorant. He knows nothing about Islam at all. He doesn't even speak Arabic. See, we don't even have to go very far here to see the irony. No matter how much I know about Islam, or how much I study Islam, if I criticize Islam, then I'm ignorant. I know nothing about it at all. If I suddenly converted to Islam, with the same amount of study and knowledge that I have, I would suddenly know totally a lot about Islam. Magic. Because I studied it and found the truth. And not knowing Arabic, well, that's totally unimportant in that case. In reality, it's not really about whether I studied so much about Islam or know so much about Islam or have such a likable or lickable face. Even if I was the most knowledgeable person on this subject, it wouldn't mean anything. The deciding factor here is whether I agree with Islam or disagree with Islam. If I agree with Islam and defend it, then I'm smart, knowledgeable, truthful, reliable, good, just amazing. If I disagree with Islam and criticize it, then I'm stupid, ignorant, dishonest, a liar, evil, and disgusting. See, this is why I don't even care when I get such insults from Muslims online. Because I know that they are ideologically, emotionally fueled. And because I have thick skin. Look. There has been something going around in the last few months and I keep seeing it. A Dutch politician, who was member of the Dutch right-wing party PVV, Party for Freedom, led by Geert Wilders, Joram van Cleveren. Joram was someone who didn't like Islam at all. He found it disgusting. He used to say that Islam was a lie and that the Quran was poison. What a racist, ignorant, bigot, liar, hell-dweller, most ignorant person in the world. But then he converted to Islam because he's a good, smart, wise, knowledgeable, honest, amazing person. See how quickly that goes? Like me, disgusting, horrible piece of wonderful, knowledgeable, intelligent, luminous person. Pig, human. Pig, human. Pig, human. Anyway, you get the point. Joram van Cleveren was indeed an anti-Islam politician. A politician with anti-Islamic stances. And yes, at the end of 2018, he apparently converted to Islam, which he then revealed in February 2019. He split from the PVV in 2014 because he found it too extreme, and formed his own party that was merely national conservative, and he didn't have any political position and success with that party. But he suddenly re-emerged into the public with his admission that he converted to Islam while writing a book critical of Islam. And then he changed his mind and wrote one in favor of Islam, which he tried to sell with this publicity. But what is important here, if we want to come back to double standards and hypocrisy, is how did this guy convert to Islam? Most Muslims had no idea who this guy was and don't know how he ended up in Islam. The only thing that's important is that he did end up in Islam. They are praising him for his conversion. What are they really praising him for? Simply for converting to Islam? Is that really quality enough to praise and mention this person? Apparently it is. Let's talk about it. Joram van Cleveren's reason to convert to Islam is not that he thoroughly researched Islam and came to the conclusion that it is the absolute truth with all its details considered. In his own words, it's only the result of a Muslim apologist recommending several books in favor of Islam and Muhammad to him, and him reading those books and basing his opinion on those books. And he also had doubts about his Christian religion, which opened the door to Islam to him. This doesn't sound very fascinating and bright at all, does it? Notice here, Yoram doesn't report that he thoroughly researched the Quran and the Hadith and Islamic jurisprudence that are extremely disturbing. He listened to Muslim apologists and read an ideologically motivated, defensive, and praising book about those sources. And this is the only information we can find about his conversion story. In fact, I would love to have a talk with him. Some man converts to Islam after hating Islam. The only information we have is that he converted to Islam. We don't know how and we don't know why. Evidently, his knowledge on Islam isn't that huge. I could probably sit down with this guy and would demonstrate that I know much more about this religion than he does. But this story is blown up by Muslims and the media as a good story, a great story, a miracle, totally in favor of Islam. The same double standards can also be observed in a comparison between any critic of Islam and a defender of Islam, because it all comes down to what side you're on. See, people should be able to look at the subject, at what is being said, at arguments, not at who is speaking and what side he is standing on. Unsurprisingly, those who attack me mostly attack my character, who I am, what I'm doing this for, how stupid I am, how I am a stupid, lying pig with a small brain. Because that really distracts from what I'm actually saying, from how I'm showing to genuinely interested people and open people that there is indeed something wrong with Islam, that I learned through thinking it through and gathering knowledge, and not just absorbed as a child because I was supposed to. And if there is anything wrong with what I'm saying, then the appropriate response would be to sit down and point that out. And even if you're a Muslim, you can maybe sit down and listen to that and think it through without judging and dismissing the person who is talking based on what side he's standing on, without being afraid of losing your faith by listening. Thanks for watching. Since I'm doing all of this for money, if you like my videos, please don't forget to like, to subscribe, and to share. And if you want to support me and my cause, you can support me on Patreon. I will be back very soon with another video. Have a great day and stay away from Islam.